Disclaimer. Now, before we get into it, you guys, just a heads up, I am not a certified mental health professional. What I share here is based on personal experience and my opinion. If you are dealing with a serious mental health crisis or you need to speak to someone immediately, reach out to a professional. They know what to do and they have you. The information and advice I give are for general insight, not a substitute for professional help. Your choices are your own, not mine. Let's do this journey together. And remember, it's all about personal growth. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey, what is up? Welcome to episode 1 of Becoming a Butterfly podcast. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly. I'm also known as Chrissy O the Artist, and I am so excited. Oh my goodness, this feels like it's a forever step, but I am finally here, and this is your very first episode. I am so excited. So we are going to start right off, get straight into it. We ain't going to even play no games with this thing. We are going to talk about breaking through limitations. The journey begins. This is where we're going to start right here. We are going to start today. We're going to talk about defining what limitations are and how they manifest in our lives. We also going to highlight the significance of recognizing and acknowledging limitations. So let's get right into it. And there are several different types of limitations. We have personal limitations where, it's things you might want and can't afford to get. You have societal limitations. If you're like me watching this, I'm an African-American woman. Beep, beep. It stops right there. You feel what I'm saying? If I lived in that mindset of believing that things is just not for me, right? Then you got physical limitations. And that's when, you might deal with a handicap, or you might have broken a leg and it never got fixed or healed just right. Or, you know what I mean? You might deal with things like I do with mental, where I suffer from different mental disorders and had to learn how to navigate through life living with these disorders. So let's discuss a little bit about growth mindset versus fixed mindset and its impact on personal development. Now, growth mindset is when you decide not to put a cap on your goals. Not say, if I don't do this by this time, this is what's going to happen. If I don't do this by that time, then I just completely given up. I have a real habit. I used to have a real bad habit on keeping my mindset more fixed than growth. You feel what I'm saying? It was not too long ago. In April, I had went to Mobile, Alabama to visit family. Shout out to my Mobile family. I went there to visit family, and immediately I was there. It was like, this is where I'm supposed to live. This is where I'm going to move. So when I come back, I had all these plans. I was going up for my birthday. I was leaving on June 1st. I was going to spend the whole month up there, right? June 1st come, it's impossible. Didn't have the money, didn't realize flights go up right on the 1st, couldn't contact my cousin when I needed to. It was just like everything not working out. So I said, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I'm still going to move there next year. I'm moving in January. Now, there was a plan behind I was moving in January, and that plan ain't come through. And so instead of me deciding to, which what I normally would have done, just took it, went straight into depression, saying I can't never change my life. Something's always stopping me. I said, you know what? God got more lessons for me to learn. And when I embraced the fact that I had more lessons for me to learn, then I started realizing that I didn't need limitations. All I needed to do was tell God where I wanted to go, the time frame I wanted to go there, and listen to his instructions, and he'll do the rest. That's it. That's all I had to do. I don't have to try to figure out how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen, the exact date, the exact time. But if I move from a fixed mindset to, if I didn't move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, then I wouldn't have known the difference. I wouldn't have understand the impact. I would have just given up and said that I'm meant to just live here where I'm at and I'll never live anywhere else. You understand what I'm saying? And my surroundings, and let me keep it clear. My reality is not set up for me to move absolutely anywhere. Do you understand me? But I can't set my foundations on that when I know I'm doing the work to change that situation. You understand me? So that's the difference in between the two. One of the most important things, though, to help shift that mindset from fixed to growth is affirmations. The importance of adding affirmations, visualization, and empowerment beliefs. These are the things that you really, truly need to be able to start shifting that mindset. For me, it really started with affirmations. That's when it started. Ooh, your girl needed some of that water. But that's when it started. When I started writing down things I technically really didn't believe. I mean, let's keep it gangsta. I ain't really believe it. But I wanted to believe it so bad that I just wrote it down. And, you know, most of us don't watch The Secret. I call her my spiritual guider, my teacher, she's just an amazing person. But Queen Poe, and she's available for all. You can absolutely find her on YouTube. But being in her group, just learning the power that I had within myself and learning how the importance of changing those negative thoughts to know I am abundantly wealthy and healthy and successful. Do you understand me? Like I say that with so much in my being, I can taste it. I can feel it. That course right inside with visualization. When you decide to really visualize what are the goals you want to see yourself in that house. Listen, I already went and looked for the home that I'm living in Alabama. Do you understand me? I done already found it. I know what it looked like from inside out, upside down. I know exactly how I'm going to remodel it, what I'm going to do to it. I know every inch of it. I know it so much that I can close my eyes and feel me in it. I tell you, listen, my circumstances isn't that. My today's circumstances, your girl live off of Social Security, stressed out because they ain't give me my food stamps. Okay? Like, this is my current reality, living in subsidy housing. That's my current reality. But when I close my eyes at night, I don't even got to close my eyes. Give me 5 minutes and I'm going to tell you what my reality is. It ain't got nothing to do with Social Security, public assistance, or anything else of the nature. Did that happen overnight? No, it didn't. But it would have happened a whole lot quicker if I really, truly embrace faith, truly embrace what is possible. Okay? So here, we're going to share practical techniques for overcoming limitations, goal setting, skills development, adaptability, seeking support, and etc. Embracing discomfort. Seeking discomfort to expand your comfort zone. So let me tell you, when I say maybe about 12, almost 13 years ago, I was incarcerated. I get paroled to Trenton, New Jersey. Okay. Now, there were a whole lot of things that led up to my incarceration, and we'll have a whole podcast episode on my butterfly journey in life. Okay. I would definitely tell my butterfly story. But after getting out of jail, I really had to figure out which way I was going to go. Right. Now, I was so blessed. God had his hand completely on me because within less than a year, I went from the mission, which is like under the shelter, the studio apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, and in a house that I'm in right now today that I've been in for 10 years. So there was a whole lot of trial and tribulation in between, right? So parts of me, of course, wanted to go back to that same attitude, that same mindset, them habits that took me to get locked up in the first place. Okay. It wasn't till I decided to make a covenant with God and said that no matter what I go through, I'm not going to do anything illegal to try to survive. Like, I won't do it. Now, be careful what you ask for, okay? Because I promise you, he'll give you what you ask for. And you, Lord, I went through years and all I kept saying to myself is I had to learn how to be broke so I can appreciate money. Because when it was coming in by the boatload, I wasn't getting it the right way. I wasn't appreciating it. I wasn't taking care of it. And here I go, get locked up, come out. And get this, y'all, I came out with still a nice chunk of change. And if I had any sense or knew what to do with it, I would have invested it immediately. But I didn't. You understand what I'm saying? And that's because I still had that fast mentality. Buying drugs, buying this, we're going to flip this, that, and the third. In a city and state, mind you guys, I'm a female. In a city and state, I never lived. I've never even visited. Okay? Let's just keep that clear. So what made me think I can just come out here and get into the mix like boom, bang? Like I ain't started hustling in the 90s and things was completely different, right? So I had to reset my mindset. I had to seek discomfort. I had to expand my comfort zone. And let me keep it clear. My mother begged me, had a caseworker at the time. She begged me to stay in Trenton because I was against it. But when I tell you I made that decision, as hard as it was to live here, it was the greatest gift God could have ever given me because it formed me, it turned me, it created me. It gave me a space to really be a mother to my sons. Because I've been a mom since I was 16 years old and I have dashed it most of the time because I didn't want the job. You understand what I'm saying? So it made me sit down and be like, listen, this motherhood, this parenting is a real responsibility. Now, I ain't gonna say I got it all together because I'm all the way a Gemini, y'all. I ain't even lie. But I show up and give everything that I have in me to give. And there is no such thing as a perfect mother. It will never be. I ain't gonna pretend that I even look like it. You understand me? But what I do is love my children purely. So I have to stand on it. Finding that comfort, that discomfort and it's not easy, but it's definitely can do it. Reverse visualization and prepare for obstacles and setbacks. Now look, this is definitely sounds easier than what it really is, okay? But what I can tell you is that visualization gives you a clear pathway to where you're going, that things somehow just always seem to work out. Now, for me, I don't believe it's somehow. I believe that once you start being obedient and listening and hearing that quiet voice, your Ori, God, whoever it is, well, for me, I believe that my Ori speaks, and when I can't hear, God overpowers. You understand what I'm saying? But that inner wisdom, that inner self, like you hear the whispers that's telling you, listen, you better go on that dream of that dream you had as a kid of what you always wanted to be, what you always knew who you was when you grew up, and you ain't nothing like that. You ain't nowhere near it done died. But when you go to sleep at night, you still have them dreams of the possibilities. I always had dreams of being in front of the camera. Never knew how I was going to happen because I personally didn't want to be an actor. I didn't want to own my life to the world, but I wanted to change the world. Had no idea how it was going to be, but I'm an artist. I'm a creative. It was going to come out one way or another. One way or another. And patience gets you there every single time. You hear me? The next step 3, is experimenting mindset. Treat goals as experiment, allowing flexibility. Like, get that. So instead of you putting so much pressure on yourself, because look, I'm 44 years old. I've been on Social Security for over 20 years. I always knew I was supposed to do business. I always knew I was supposed to be online. I had no idea how. So I just started setting goals. Some of them I achieved, some of them I didn't. But I knew it got to the point when my youngest son, when I'm looking at my youngest son, he's 15, 16, 17, I'm like, yo, he's the youngest. Like, what am I going to do now? And am I really want to live the rest of my life in Trenton, New Jersey on Social Security? Is that all that's in me? No, absolutely not. I'm going to fight for the right to live financially and abundantly free and put all of my intention and time on it. My kids is grown now. My youngest son more growner than the older ones. Keep it all the way 100. Okay? When you start allowing yourself to be flexible in your goals and what it is you want to do, you'll find yourself making concrete goals. Listen, last year, I'm lying, 2023, about to be 2024, 3 years ago. During 2020, I started a YouTube channel, and it's still up. It's called Chrissy O's Arts, Crafts, and Designs. And I'm going to, start it over. It went into a direction. I wasn't like saying, no, I don't really think I want to do this like that. But I wasn't quite sure I was going to do it. And I learned so much in the goal, in the mindset of wanting to do this, my art channel, okay? But oh my goodness, it's like sitting here talking head podcast type thing. Like recording art is a lot. It's a lot of footage. It's a lot of hours. It became overwhelming. It was just a whole lot. I thought I had given up, right? But I had asked God to give me something that has to do with the internet that I can just sit down and do. And podcasting just was being born. And this wasn't my first podcast idea. I had a whole different podcast idea, which I'm still going to do. I ain't going to say it because I don't want nobody to take it. I'm still going to do that podcast. But that needed a co-star. It needed a co-host. So give me something that is just me, that I can feed my people. It was a 3-year transformation and 3-year journey, and I figured it out. I don't know how, I don't know way. And not only did he figure it out, but God provided me the money to even be able to get the equipment that I need to do this, because your girl is on social security. Okay? And these bills ain't nothing to play with. Ain't nothing to play with. Your girl lucky she can get us some bud. Do you understand me? But you know what? I believe, and I still hustle, positive hustle. You understand what I'm saying? Doing things that is beneficial. Renting out rooms. There's so many other things. You feel me? There's so many things. Making platters. There's so many things. And God, I figure it out for you. He just figure it out for you. You really, truly got to do is believe. I used to hate when my mom used to say that to me. It's like, this lady get on my nerves. Boy, don't you hate it when your mama right? Number 4, build unconventional connections. Engage diverse perspective for creativity. Look, let me give you a good example. I'm not an internet girl. I'm not a social media girl. Not at all, okay? I joined a community, and it's like watching from a distance, 3 miles away or something. I set an intention and said that I have to be more engaging in building community. The second I decided to really, truly dive into the wellness community, shouts out to my wellness community, the Queen Poe, which you can find on YouTube. But building unconventional connections, reaching out, and all these people is online. Just yesterday, I watched a live concert, and during a concert, one of our community members was in the concert, and she dedicated a whole song to the wellness community, to the Queen Poe. Like, I felt so included. I felt so in part of. I've never met this lady a day in my life, but we talk every single day. Gave me that community of non-judgment people who is not looking for flaws in you to pin and point out. And we just build. I talk to them almost every day, some capacity throughout the day. It helped motivate me and encourage me, because I'm not like anybody in who I'm around. I don't hang around anybody. No one in Trenton. I have one good girlfriend who comes over to see me when she's a nurse. So when she come in town, she comes through to spend some time with me. Shouts out to my girl, Barbara. But I don't have that. You feel what I'm saying? And I learned to accept that as a blessing. I've been here for 10 years, and it used to stress me out. But the whole time God was like, I didn't have you in Trenton to make friends. That's not why you're here. And until you understand why you're in Trenton, you're not going to leave. The second and it clicked and I realized why I was here, it blew my mind. It's to mold me from where I'm going. I ain't supposed to have friends here. I have good associates. I have people I can call and talk. But I don't have nobody who come over here on a regular basis. Hey, girl, what you doing? Whole best friend life? None of it. And it used to bother me so much. But when you start feeling that change coming, you'll get it. You'll understand it. You would definitely understand it. And number 5, we're going to have practice unlearning. Mindfully shed old beliefs for new growth oriented ones. Whew. Guys, listen, that one was not easy for me. 5 years ago, I was a girl who got up close to 11, 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon. Never made up my bed, thought it was stupid. I got to get back in it. Couldn't keep my room clean. Couldn't figure out some kind of direction that made sense. I knew I was an artist. I knew I was meant to sell my art, but my people couldn't understand the kind of art. They couldn't afford the kind of art that I was making. The more I learned about art and selling art, I wasn't in the right space, the right mindset for it. I tried everything, doing nails, you name it. I tried it all in the creative space. I knew I was supposed to own a business, but I couldn't figure out how it was supposed to happen. Guys, it wasn't until I started unlearning practices on purpose, shedding some things was taught to me, but I should have took it in pieces instead of taking it in whole. And it became a lot. You feel what I'm saying? And so once I learned the secret and understood the power of I am statements, affirmations, scripting, vision boarding, visualizing, deep, incorporating how prayer and meditation coincides but isn't the same. These are all things that I wasn't able to learn as growing up in the traditions of Christianity. You feel what I'm saying? I had to learn more of a spiritual route to collect and understand. And now where I'm at today, guys, oh my goodness. Listen, this is the first episode, so we ain't about to spill everything. we ain't about to spill everything. But these things is so important. It's just important for our growth, for us to just be better. So we're going to have some steps, okay? I got 5 good steps, 5 actionable steps. I want to take this moment to thank anyone. If you're joining this video, if you're watching this video, I just would like for you to please take the moment to like, to subscribe, take the moment to that share button. This is my first episode. This is my very first episode. So it's so important that you click that subscribe button, click that bell so you'll know when I upload the next episode. If you're getting some life out of this, if I'm feeding you right now, I want you to be able to catch that next episode, because this is going to upload every week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. So please, I need you. Do you understand me? Your girl needs you. I need the like button so you know that, okay, we like this. Let's see what she do next. You feel me? All right, guys. So let's go to step 1. Embrace discomfort. Step 1, embrace discomfort. Seek discomfort to expand your comfort zone. So we already talked about it. Now we're going to go over it just one more time. Because I really want you to get this. You feel what I'm saying? So, and not any specific order. We're going to go with number 1, embrace discomfort. Honestly, I feel like that's the first one, but make sure it's so important that you seek discomfort to expand your comfort zone. Now, I'm not going to go over that again. So just to recap, all right, I want you to make sure, don't forget to embrace your discomfort. Make sure you reverse your visualization, okay? Like, it's important. And don't forget, now guys, now check this out. So I'm so into doing this video. It's your girl first one. I'm so into doing this video, I forgot to even go to the list and put the list up on the screen. But look. We're going to go over it just one more time to make sure that you got it, okay? Number one, make sure you embrace discomfort. Seek discomfort to expand your comfort zone, okay? You want your energy to start shifting. You want to change that mindset. Sit into what is uncomfortable. That's where your breakthroughs at, okay? Number two, reverse visualization. Visualize and prepare for obstacles and setbacks. Okay, we didn't talk about setbacks. Listen, you don't want to just visualize what it is that where they're going to go. Visualize what you would do if something happens. So if something do happen, you have a cushion. It's not saying, oh, it's all or nothing. Yeah, it's all or nothing, but you got to know how to pivot. Number three, experiment mindset. Just try different things. Set a goal, a 30-day goal. See what happens. I'm setting a 30-day weight loss goal right now, and it's deeper for that. I'm actually setting a 30-day healing goal. You understand? And it started on December 1st. Another project that I'm recording. I'm just listening to hearing what God is telling me to do and being obedient. Is it easy? Is it? Hell no. Am I perfect? Hell no. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. And I get right the heck back up. Okay? Number four, build unconditional connections. Please listen. Get up out of that. I get it. I'm an introvert, outrovert. I totally get it. And when I'm in my introvert season, it's like pulling teeth to get me out. But it's imperative. And it's so important that you get up out of there. Get your mindset together. Get your butt up out of there. Make a decision on who it is you want to be and where you want your life to head to. Okay? And just start making decisions. Go to a place you wouldn't normally go. Go on Facebook and get in groups you know you always been interested in. You feel what I'm saying? Go do something so out of the box that it will literally shake your whole entire world and change the direction of where you thought you was going. And lastly, guys, unlearning mindfully shed old beliefs for new growth-oriented ones. That's the real talk. I'm a witness. It took me so long to get to this point. Listen, I go live every Tuesday on Facebook. Starting next week, it will also be on YouTube. Every single Tuesday, I go live. You cannot, and it started on October 17th. A situation shook it up, and God nudged me and pushed me and had me start, and I've been on fire ever since. I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't got a doggone clue, but I'm going to show up here every single week and give you what God is telling me to give you. And not just to you, but to me as well. And if I can touch, change, move, motivate, if looking at me makes you say, you know what, it's something about her, something different. I'm one of you. That's what's different. I'm one of you. Whatever situation you're in right now, I am you. I am still in this situation, but what are you doing to make it different? You see what I'm doing? All it takes is one step. I'm telling you, in your higher power, your higher being, you call them universe, I call them God, all in one, honey. It all work together. Okay, and check this. My podcast, I did not say it in the beginning, and I'm not doing this video again. This podcast is called Becoming a Butterfly. Place where it's never too late to become your better self. Okay? So please, if you feeling stuck in your life and you don't know where to go, write to me. Write to me at becomingabutterfly@gmail.com. If you got a butterfly story that you want to tell me, your experiences in life, you know what I'm talking about, that changed and shift, that energy move, you know that, tell me your story so I can read it and feed it to the audience, so you can feed it to me, so we can uplift, encourage, and bless each other, because somebody needs to know that they are not alone. All right, you guys, I love you so much. My butterflies, my team, I cannot wait to see how this community grows and what it will turn into. I will see you next week for another wonderful episode of Becoming a Butterfly podcast. I love you.